Have you ever asked yourself, what is the single biggest mistake men make when it comes to attraction? It's not saying the wrong thing. It's not wearing the wrong clothes. The biggest mistake is trying to attract someone. We've been taught to see attraction, relationships, as a hunt. A game to be won. A code to be cracked. We learn techniques, lines, how to read body language, as if a person is a complex machine we can control if we just push the right buttons. But today, we are throwing that manual away. Because you've felt this, haven't you? That empty feeling after you've won the game. The confusion when the connection you thought was real just vanishes. Like smoke. The exhaustion of having to become someone instead of just being who you are. What if I told you that attraction isn't something you chase? It's something you allow. What if I told you that you don't need to learn to read her body language? But instead, you only need to learn to read yourself? Welcome to a different perspective. This isn't about tactics. This is about truth. In this universe, there is a fundamental principle. You can call it the law of attraction or causation, but in relationships I call it the law of relationship echo. The law is simple. The outside world does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. Your relationship with others is just a giant mirror, reflecting your relationship with yourself. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe you deserve. If you are filled with anxiety and insecurity, you will attract chaotic and uncertain situations. If you try to control, you will attract resistance. But if you can cultivate an internal state of stillness, peace, and authenticity, the outside world and the people in it will have no choice but to reflect that peace back to you. The journey from like to longing isn't a series of body language cues you must decipher. It is a sequence of 7 layers of awareness, 7 echoes that you must first learn to generate from within. Today we explore those 7 echoes, and it will change how you see every interaction, forever. The first echo, the echo of safety. The soil. Imagine you want to plant a garden. What do you do first? You don't throw seeds on rocks or concrete. You prepare the soil. You create a safe, nourishing environment. In relationships, you are the soil. The old script says, make her feel comfortable. The new script says, be comfortable with yourself. Do you know what really makes another person feel safe? It's not your open posture or your smile. It's your nervous system. We are energetic beings. When you walk into a room, before you say a word, your nervous system is talking to everyone else's nervous system. If you are anxious, if your mind is racing, do I look okay? Does she like me? What should I say next? You are emitting a frequency of chaos. You are concrete. Nothing can grow there. She might smile politely, but her body will unconsciously keep its distance. But when you are comfortable with yourself, when you are comfortable with silence, when you don't need anything from her, not her approval, not her attention, not her smile to feel okay, you become the rich soil. You become peace. And in this chaotic world, a peaceful person is the most powerful magnet. Safety isn't something you give her. It's something you are. It's the gift you give yourself, and she simply gets to feel it. The first reflective question: are you comfortable being alone with yourself in total silence? If not, why would you expect anyone else to be comfortable being with you? The second echo, the echo of presence. The seed. Once the soil is safe, we plant the seed. That seed is pure presence. The old script says, mirror her body language. Make eye contact. These are tactics. They are plastic flowers. They look real, but they have no life. Real mirroring, real synchronicity, isn't a tactic. It's a symptom. It's a symptom of 2 nervous systems that are actually listening to each other. And that only happens when you are truly there. Most of us don't listen. We are waiting for our turn to speak. When she is talking, are you really hearing her story? Or are you building your next story in your head? Are you really seeing the color of her eyes? Or are you looking through her at your own fears or desires? I remember being on a date where I had my jokes ready, my interesting anecdotes, I performed perfectly. The date went well, but it was hollow. No connection. Weeks later, I met someone else. This time I was tired. I had no energy to perform. I just listened. I wasn't trying to impress. I was simply curious. And at the end of the night, she said, "I haven't felt that hurt in a long time." That was the moment the seed was planted. Presence is the most potent form of attraction. It's when you turn off the noise in your head and pour your entire awareness into this moment, into this person. You don't need to try to mirror anyone. When you are truly present, your bodies will sync up naturally. Your breathing will slow. You won't just make eye contact. You will connect with your eyes. That is the echo of presence. It whispers, "I am here, with you, right now, and there is nowhere else I would rather be." The second reflective question. In the last conversation you had, what percentage were you truly listening, and what percentage were you waiting to speak? The third echo, the echo of curiosity. The sprout. When the soil is safe, safety, and the seed is planted, presence, what happens? Life begins. A sprout emerges. This is the echo of curiosity. The old script says, look for signs she's leaning in, touching her hair, breaking the personal space barrier. Let's flip that. Instead of looking for her curiosity, become a space that invites it. A sprout doesn't try to emerge. It simply is, and the entire universe is curious about it. It's new. It's authentic. It's growing. When you have created safety and presence, her curiosity is the natural response. Her soul begins to lean in toward you. This is when the interaction shifts from polite to personal. She starts to share a little more. Her laugh is a little more real. Her questions are a little deeper. What is the mistake men make at this stage? They see the sprout and they overwater it. They become too eager. They try to rush the process. They switch from listening to convincing. They kill the sprout with their own expectations. Your job here is not to act. Your job is to witness. Be curious like a child, not like a detective. Don't ask interview questions. What do you do? Where do you live? Ask open-ended, feeling questions. What is it about that job that makes you truly happy? What does that place feel like? When you show genuine curiosity for her inner world, not to get an outcome, but simply to understand, you are becoming the sun for that sprout. She will naturally turn toward you. The third reflective question. Are you more curious about getting her, or are you more curious about knowing who she is? Your answer decides everything. The fourth echo, the echo of authenticity. The rain? A sprout can't grow on sunlight alone. It needs rain. The rain is truth. The rain is authenticity. The rain is vulnerability. This is the stage where most superficial connections die. It's where real attraction is born. The old script teaches us to perform, to brag, to always be strong, always be perfect, always be alpha. We are taught to put our best foot forward. But here is the truth. You cannot connect with someone through your perfection. You can only connect with them through your imperfection. I grew up with a father who was a rock. He was strong, stoic, never complained. I respected him. But because he was a rock, I could never be soft around him. I could never be vulnerable. Our relationship was built on respect, not intimacy. For years, I repeated that pattern. I showed women my strength, my accomplishments, my humor. I showed them my mask, and I wondered why I only attracted people who loved the mask. I wondered why I felt lonely even when I was in a relationship. Authenticity, the rain, is the moment you dare to take off the mask. It's not about complaining about your problems. It's about being honest about your feelings. It's admitting, work really drained me today. Or, I feel a little nervous being here with you because I really enjoy your company. Boom, that's the rain. That rain brings life. When you are brave enough to be real, you give her permission to be real too. You tell her in a language deeper than words, you are safe to be yourself here. You don't have to perform. Most men think vulnerability is weakness. They are wrong. In a world full of masks, authenticity is the ultimate strength. It's what turns curiosity into trust. The fourth reflective question: what is the part of yourself that you are hiding for fear of rejection? That may be the very key to the connection you crave. The fifth echo, the echo of stillness. The storm. After the rain, the garden thrives. But then, the storm comes. The old script calls this inconsistency, or the test. She'll flirt, then pull back. She'll act interested, then go cold. And the old script tells you this is a game you must play. I am here to tell you, it is not a game. It is a storm. It is her internal chaos, her fears, her past pain, her insecurities. It is not about you. When she suddenly pulls away, it's not a conscious tactic. It's the echo of old wounds. Is this too good to be true? Can I trust this person? The last time I felt this way, I got hurt. And what is the biggest mistake men make? They make her storm their storm. She pulls away and he becomes needy. He texts more. He asks, "Are you okay? Did I do something wrong?" He tries to fix it, or he becomes angry. He thinks, she's playing games. He punishes her with silence or aggression. In both cases, he has failed. The echo of stillness is your ability to be the mountain when the storm hits. The storm can rage, but the mountain does not move. This is where Stoicism shines. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's about not being controlled by them. When she pulls away, you remain steady. You don't chase. You don't punish. You simply are. You hold your peaceful energy. You continue living your life. You are the lighthouse. The lighthouse doesn't run around the island looking for ships. It just stands still and shines. When you can hold your stillness, a warm stillness, not a cold one, you send the most powerful message possible. I am not afraid of your storm. I am here, and I am not going anywhere. This is the pinnacle of masculine strength. And when the storm passes, she won't just feel attracted. She will feel safe on the deepest level. The fifth reflective question: when someone lets you down or acts inconsistently, is your first reaction to chase, to punish, or to observe in stillness? The sixth echo, the echo of the soul. The flower. When the storm has passed and the garden remains, the miracle happens. The flower blooms. This is the stage the old script calls intimacy or lust. I call it the echo of the soul. This is the moment that transcends psychology and enters the realm of the mystical. It's when attraction is no longer about looks, status, or words. It's the moment when two souls recognize each other. Have you ever had this? A conversation that lasts for hours but feels like minutes. A moment of silence so comfortable you can hear your own heartbeat. A look that says 10,000 words. That's it. This is not lust as the old script describes. Lust is cheap. It can be found anywhere. This is something far deeper. This is recognition. It's the deepest part of you recognizing the deepest part of her. It's the feeling of, there you are. I've been looking for you. You cannot fake this. You cannot plan this. You can only create the conditions for it by walking through the first 5 echoes. You must be the soil, safety. You must be the seed, presence. You must be the sprout, curiosity. You must be the rain, authenticity. You must be the mountain, stillness. And when you do, the flower blooms. At this stage, body language becomes irrelevant. She could be sitting with her back to you, and you would still feel the connection. She could be across the room, and you would still feel her presence. This is true intimacy. It's not physical. It's spiritual. And when you have that, physical intimacy is just its natural, beautiful extension. Not a goal to be conquered, but a celebration of a connection that already exists. The sixth reflective question: do you dare to believe in a connection this deep? Or are you still settling for plastic flowers? The seventh echo, the echo of purpose, the harvest. And now we come to the final echo, the one most people never consider. The garden has bloomed. The connection is beautiful. So, what now? The old script stops here. It stops at the conquest. It sees attraction as the finish line. But I am telling you, attraction is not the finish line. It is the starting line. The echo of purpose is the harvest. It's the question, what do we do with this beautiful energy? A relationship built on the law of echo isn't just about two people looking at each other. It's about two people looking in the same direction. The deepest attraction, the most lasting desire, doesn't just come from how well you get along. It comes from the meaning you create together. Does this relationship make you a better man? Does it inspire you to be more creative, more compassionate, more courageous? Does it make her shine brighter? Does your combined energy create something beautiful for the world? This is the harvest. When your attraction has a purpose larger than itself, it becomes invincible. It's no longer dependent on fleeting looks or passing moods. It is anchored in something eternal. This is why so many people get the person they want and then feel empty. They won the game, but they had no reason to keep playing. Don't just look for a woman to fill your emptiness. Become a whole man on his own path of purpose and invite her to walk that path with you. That is the echo of purpose. That is your legacy. The practice and conclusion. We have walked through the 7 echoes of relationship, from the soil of safety to the seed of presence, the sprout of curiosity, the rain of authenticity, the storm of stillness, the flower of the soul, and finally, the harvest of purpose. You see, the journey from like to longing is not a body language checklist. It is a spiritual awakening. It is not about learning to read her. It is about learning to write yourself. The world is always listening. The question is, what frequency are you broadcasting? I want to leave you with a simple practice tonight. I call it the 5-minute stillness practice, before you go to sleep. Put your phone in another room, turn off all the screens, and just sit in stillness for 5 minutes. Your goal is not to stop your thoughts. Your goal is to observe your thoughts without judgment. Feel the anxiety. Feel the quiet. Feel your own heartbeat. Just be there, with yourself, as a friend. This is the first step to becoming the soil, the first step to changing the echo you send out into the world. Stop trying to find the one. Start the journey of becoming the one. The rest is just an echo.